So we're continuing with Jack Kirby's Fourth World with Superman's pal, the new Jimmy Olsen, number 146. Homo Disastrous is Superman's pal, the new Jimmy Olsen. Stay back, Superman. Jimmy has turned into a caveman, and he's stronger than a wild bull. He'll destroy you. The Newsboy Legion in Preview of Peril. This is Jimmy Olsen. This is Jimmy Olsen? Yes. If he were subjected to the strange and bizarre method referred to by his captors as regressive gene induction, and that's exactly what's happened. It is the penalty Jimmy has paid for stumbling on the genetic experimental complex known as the Evil Factory. Now, like the other specimens that this strange world, gene regression has turned Jimmy Olsen into something else, something primitive, powerful, and destructive. Anthropologists might call it Homo Disastrous. Rawr. Careful, Simeon. Olsen now possesses the mental and physical traits of some remote ancestors. He's broken free. It is a constant hazard during such experiments, Mokari. True, the finished product is usually unpredictable. Rawr. This one's instincts are sharpened to a high degree. See his reaction. My control weapon is strange to him, but he fears it. Don't harm him, Simeon. You know there's something about his general appearance that resembles your own. Suddenly, Rawr. Stop that, you wild beast. He's no respecter of valuable equipment, that's for certain. Look out. He's torn it off the wall and crash. He's rushing us. Shoot, Simeon. He's got me, Simeon. Shoot, shoot. Rawr. I must take careful aim, Makar. You wouldn't want my tranquilizer shell to strike you by mistake. Pwuff. There, that did the job. He went under quite promptly, didn't he? Yes, when he turned to attack you. Strange that your trigger finger was so cautious in my defense. My previous little quip didn't offend you, did it? Experimenters take risks, even humor, Makari. Makari is about to respond in anger when clang, 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 clang. The intrusion alarm. We've got unwanted visitors. There are still some of Olsen's friends to take care of. We left the scrapper whelp and his DNA twin to one of our hungry pets. These will have to die too. As the Sinister Two rush to their task, a door to the rear, in the rear of the laboratory, slowly opens and see anyone, Scrapper Trooper? No, they're gone. Dat ting lying on the floor. It could be Jimmy. Look what those rats done to him. He's under sedation, but he's alive. Right now, that's the problem that faces us, to escape this place alive. And if you think the Evil Factory has a corner on the weird events of the century, consider the situation of the other half of the good guy team. Superman, the Guardian, and Dubelex, the DN alien, who are enmeshed in a deeper mystery in the heart of Suicide Slum. It's far from the action that involves our younger heroes, but the fates are weaving a master channel for all to meet, both the friends and enemies of Jimmy Olsen and his pal Superman. It's amazing, Dubelex. Your developing powers are beginning to actively manifest themselves. What a beautiful volunteer like Miss Terry Dean, who knows what wonders I could perform. I'm rising into the air, lifted by some unseen force. Oh, wow. This experience has some scary angles. Be careful, Miss Dean. I'll let you down as easily as I can. Here she comes. Good work, Dubelex. You're able to control a most interesting faculty. Gosh, that was exciting. If I told my friends about it, they'd laugh me out of town. Master Dubelex, you're weird and wonderful. It might be a form of ESP, only 10 times more potent. By your standards, Miss Dean, but what are mine? What is emerging from this brain of mine? EPS is more like it, Superman. Extra physical status. I've heard the scientists at the project discussing it. Then while they explore this subject further, what have you found in those tunnels beneath this place, Guardian? Why are those passages plagued by invaders who vanish in boom tubes? Well, there's no one down there now, although the tunnels seem to extend for miles. Gosh, who built it? Why? The point is that this tunnel makes contact with the network of the DNA project. That's how I got here. The point is the war between New Genesis and Apocalypse now involves the project. I got that thought, Superman. It's most interesting. I'd like to know more. You will, Dubelex, but right now I ask your patience. I believe it's my turn to make a sweep of this tunnel. This vigil may pay dividends if we stay on top of the situation. Something's going to happen here. I'm almost certain of it. It's frustrating to explore this thing and find nothing, yet its ramifications are so important to the safety of the project that it must be watched. When the next boom tube appears, hear who or what will come out of it. What? There's a light up ahead. It's growing brighter, brighter. At that moment in the strange domain of the evil factory, invaders are causing unforeseen havoc. Slow down, big words. You'll wreck the joint. And us. Blam! This place is loaded with machines, and you're bouncing off them all. That's the problem. I'm trying to find a clear area so I can set her down. Spunk, clink. The whiz wagon wasn't designed for indoor racing, Gabby, so keep your cool. There's a light up ahead, a beacon or something. What Flip has seen is a repello beam, reaching, striking. Shh. Halted suddenly in flight, the whiz wagon's momentum causes it to whirl madly until it is slowed and lowered to the floor by the ray. That should do it, Simeon. Deactivate the beam. The whiz wagon settles to the floor in silence and is examined in silence by its sinister captors who arrive in a mini-grav car. It's a rather ponderous vehicle, eh, Simeon? A strange multi-purpose affair. And its occupants, the rest of the rowdy group who call themselves the Newsboy Legion. My indicators signal they're still functioning. They seem to be in deep shock after being stopped and spun with centrifugal force. Beep, beep. The stolen lists from our rival DNA project are a great aid in checking their identities, Gabby. Big words, Flip, and that one is unmistakably Tommy. Except for the others we disposed of, we've got the lot of them. Now to rid ourselves of these and their vehicles. By pressing a remote control switch, Simeon activates an unseen mechanism. An odd steel hook appears and attaches itself to the whiz wagon. Clack, clack, clack. For the great vehicle is drawn to the opening in a nearby wall, and when it is well within the brightly lit interior, the wall closes. And ahead lies a hellish, blazing fate for the Newsboy Legion, an atomic furnace that can easily consume men and their strongest metals. This should put an end to further disturbances. We can now attend to our regressed Olsen specimen. It should be easier to control once we take the fight out of him. By the name of Sacred Darkside, Olsen is gone, but how? I don't understand this. The specimen was tranquilized. He couldn't move. Not without help, Simeon. You don't think that scrapper and his double could have escaped our trap? We'll soon find out, Makari. And in another section, I'm glad you found us a ride, Scrapper Trooper, but why take this route? The enemy won't risk a fight among such dangerous company. I get it. If they shoot at us in here, a stray bullet can short-circuit these electric cages, and bingo, this would be smashed flat if any of these primitive beasts tore loose. Roar! Jumpin' Jasper, one of 'em is loose, and we're riding with him. Olsen! Roar! Jump, Scrapper. Jump nothing. I'm flying. What was once Jimmy Olsen is now a snarling, enraged animal who strikes out at all living creatures. Look out, Scrapper Trooper. He's stronger than a mad bull. Jimmy. Don't you recognize us? Arr! Pow! Well, wielding the floor car as if it were a toy, Jimmy Olsen misses his target and flings it into the nearby electric circuit, and zwoosh! Terror is released, terror of a kind not known since the dawn of time. Roar! We'll continue with part 2.